Welcome back to Shut It. How you doing? I have some really great dumb news of the week for you. This is a doozy. This one is it almost makes me embarrassed to be an American. Let's just get into it, shall we? Let's just get right into it today. Disney Day Drinkers Club in nasty feud with Epcot over Binny the trash mascot. That's right. There is a Disney Day Drinkers Club. That's a real thing because it's in the New York Post. Let's read on, shall we? They're getting trashed at the happiest place on earth. The Disney Day Drinkers Club, a real thing that exists, the article says, is causing a stink over the relocation of their mascot nicknamed Binny. A gray trash can that looks like any other Disney Epcot in Orlando, Florida. Okay, it's a name of a trash can that's getting all the stink. Binny, which was located outside the Rose and Crown pub, has garnered a cult following with Disney Day Drinkers Club, an unofficial boozy group that meets regular... Okay, this is insane. First, I'll talk about this. Hold on, let's finish. Whew. Calm down. All right. An unofficial boozy group that meets regularly to get sloshed at the theme park. But the crew, also referred to as Club D3, is now trash-talking Disney, according to the Wall Street Journal. This is not even the New York Post. This is a Wall Street Journal that's reporting on this, and the New York Post just picked up on it. So this is legitimate. Do you know what I'm saying? All right. After staff and the theme park recently decided to move their beloved Binny. Binny became the club's mascot in 2021 when some members were drinking around the world in Epcot. Okay? Yeah, they don't need to get on a plane and take a 7, 8, 10-hour flight to Germany. They can go to Germany in Epcot and and get trashed there. And they probably speak with German accents. Bad German accents, but they probably regale on, oh, look, we're in France now. Remember an hour ago when we were in Germany? Now we're in Sweden. Let's go fix some IKEA furniture. That's probably what they're doing. I don't know. Let's read on. As most people know, it's hard to find a table when you need to set your drink down as you are day drinking. Right. Usually the nearest trash can will suffice. On one of our first meetups, we were drinking around the world and we discovered the perfect Disney Day Drinkers Club mascot. The club, they have a website. That's what it says on their website. They have a website. These are grown-ass adults who day drink at Disney World who've organized a website. Okay. I got to check out this website. I'm going to check it out right now. Hold on. Let me just see, and I'll post a picture of their website. Just give me a second. To all those who come to drink at this happy place, welcome. The Disney Day Drinkers Club is your club. This is a real fucking thing. This is, like I said before, I say it every week, these are the ends of days. The end of days. This is proof. 100% proof. Because there's a day drinking club with grown-ass adults who go to Disney World and drink. They pay to go to Disney World without children. All right. Club D3 motto. There are no strangers here, only friends you haven't met yet. And that's a Yeats quote. Because he was an alcoholic and he died choking on his own vomit outside a pub. Or maybe that was Keats. Keats and Yeats. Same thing. A lot of people have asked me about our official mascot of the Disney Day Drinkers Club, the trash can outside of Rose and Crown in Epcot. They addressed it on their website. I'm reading this not from the New York Post now. This is from their website. Grown-ass adults. Okay. As most people know, it's hard to find a table when you need to set your drink down as you are day drinking. Usually the nearest trash can will suffice. One of our first meetups, we were drinking around the world. This is what the quote, okay. So when you're walking around Epcot and you see the official mascot, please take a picture of it and post it. P.S. His name is Binny. And thanks to all of our members. And he is always trashed. Aha, get it? He's trashed because he's a trash can. And they're trashed because they're losers. Oh my God, there's a picture of them around a trash can. No children in sight, ladies and gentlemen. Not a single child. Just grown adults drinking around a trash can in Epcot, Florida. It's always Florida. Okay, so they have a calendar of events. Let's see what the events of their calendar, upcoming events. They're going to meet up at a mall in Splitsville. More info. Okay, so they're drinking up and they're going on a cruise. They have to go. Yeah, because I think if you're somebody who likes to go to Disney World, you're definitely somebody who likes to go on a cruise, which is basically like a bar on the all-you-can-eat buffet and a all-you-can-drink bar on water, trapped with like thousands of other people, strangers. Yeah, they're all going on a cruise together. That sounds like hell. Like if you were to ask me, hey, what is your biggest nightmare, Jen? I would say going on a cruise with people, grown adults who go to Disney World without children. That would be hell for me. I have a story about going on a cruise, but I'll talk about that later. Let me just finish this. Hold on. This is a gold mine. These are people who vote, who are citizens, who pay taxes, who meet up at Epcot to day drink. Jesus, help us all. Please help us all. They're going to meet. Oh my God, springtime in Paris. What? Wait, they're coming to Paris? No, they're going to Epcot, Paris. I was like, that's pretty organized. They're going overseas. They're going to Europe to day drink. That's everybody in Europe. Everybody. Here's the thing. Europeans, they don't announce that they're day drinking. They just do it. Because everybody here is drunk I'm in Europe, by the way. Everybody's drinking all the time here. You go down to the cafe on a Saturday morning, you'll see 5 old guys just doing pastis, like nothing. And then they play pétanque and talk shit about politics, and then go to church, and then do it all again. Because they all go to bed by 8 p.m. So they get up really early. Everybody's drinking here. It's called a Tuesday. We don't organize it. We just do it. I don't day drink, but Europeans do, though. They love it. Merch. They have merch. All right. They have their own T-shirt. The D3 World Tour. They have shot glasses. And the World Tour means the Epcot World Tour. They're not going on tour. They just go to Epcot. And they're so drunk, they think they're in Europe. They're like, oh, remember last month when we were in Prague? I remember. We had the schnitzel. It was amazing. No, you were in Florida. You were fucking pounding Jägermeisters in Germany earlier. And then you went to Paris and had some fucking, I don't know what you had, rosé. You had some rosé in Paris. And then you went to, do you remember much of Denmark? And you had those shots with it tastes like cough medicine. You had that. And that's when you passed out. You never went to Prague. You never went to Europe. You don't have a passport. I think you need to have a passport to go to Epcot Center in Florida. I think they should make new rules. Oh, look, they have keychains. They have, little charms on a bracelet. So you can show you all the countries you've been to in Florida. Okay, so they have a blog. These people are literate. They have a blog, creating the perfect s'mores. You know what s'mores are? If you don't know what s'mores are, it's graham crackers with the marshmallow and chocolate. And then you heat up the marshmallow at a campfire, like I did when I was 5 years old. And you make a s'more. And these are, okay, so they're the proper way to do, okay, so the tips and tricks on what to do when you get to Disney World, like how to get around. And they're telling you the proper way to do a monorail bar crawl at Disney World. So you can do a monorail bar crawl at Disney World. And that they tell you all the ins and outs, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Okay, there's a mixology class you can take. And then there's assisted suicide. No, I just made that up. No, so yeah, so they're organized. They're organized day drinkers with who go to Disney World with no children. Let's go back to the article, shall we? Hold on. I got distracted by their website. You know what? I have a website, jenkirwin.com. You should check that out. I have a lot of videos on there, and I have all the episodes. I have all these episodes on my website. Actually, they're on YouTube. Like and subscribe if you want. This is our year anniversary. We've been doing this, we meaning me, for 1 solid year. That's right. Help celebrate along with me. Happy New Year, and like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Share it with your day drinking friends. Share it with your adult friends who go to Disney World without children who are probably on a list, some sort of Epstein list. They're on that list. Who's on that list? Everybody's on that list. All right, let's finish the article. All right, so they're upset. They're pissed off. There's a picture of them. They're all, yep, you guessed it, white. What a shocker. Oh, we're just amazing. We're amazing people. This is in the Wall Street Journal. Who's telling me this is not the end of days? The Wall Street Journal, I can't even say it. The Wall Street Journal is doing stories on Disney World day drinkers. So, but when the bin was relocated to a new location across the street in front of the Sportsman's Shop in September, the club's Facebook group, they have a Facebook group, which has it has 86,000 members. There's a day drinking Disney club with 86,000 members on a Facebook page. All right. I don't know. Should we visit the Facebook page? Let's just visit I just want to see. Okay. These are some organized drunks. I mean, you always think I'll give them that. They break the myth. They break the stereotype. They are organized alcoholics. Because they do. They have a private, I'm going to try to join. You know what? I'm going to join this group because I do that sometimes. During the pandemic, we were all confined, and I joined a lot of groups. I joined Metal Detector Finders. It's a private group who all they talk about is what they found with their metal detectors, and it was fascinating. I loved that group. I still hop on it once in a while when I'm bored because they are very emotional. They get very testy with what they find because some people, they fight. There's a lot of nastiness going on in these private groups. So I'm gonna ask to join, and they're probably gonna ask, why do you want to join? Let's see. Okay. What is your favorite park? I'm going to join. They're asking me questions. What is my favorite park at Disney? I don't know any parks at Disney. I'm just going to say Goofy Park. Okay. And what is your favorite drink at Disney? I'm going to say beer. Is that a good answer? Group rules. I agree. We love seeing pictures of drinking around parks. Show us your favorites and let us know. So I have to agree to the rules. I have to show pictures of drinking around the park. Everything has to be approved. All the pictures have to be approved. You have to be considerate to others. Well, that's good. Okay. No promotions or spam. Please be respectful. Be kind and courteous. No hate speech. Respect everyone's privacy. No memes. That was the one. Please, no memes. That's not fun. I love memes. All right, I won't do it, but let's submit. Let's see if they accept me. Oh, gosh. Okay, we just have to wait it out. Maybe by the end of this, I would have been accepted. We'll see. We'll check back. Anyway, let's go back to the article. So they say, it's become a tradition for members of the D3 Club, as well as other fans of Binny, to visit and take a photo with the infamous trash bin. But after it was moved, it was hard to tell which bin was Binny because they were drunk. A Disney spokesperson told the Wall Street Journal that Binny had become so popular that too many people were lining up to take photos with the trash can, blocking the entrance to the pub in the UK pavilion and creating safety hazards. So they moved it because you drunks like to take pictures with trash cans. Oh, God. Skip Scher, who founded the D3 Club, told the outlet that moving the bin was a big deal because of Disney superfans' attention to detail. They're not only just drunks, they're attention to detail drunks. That's a special kind of drunk. That's a next level kind of a drunk. A Charlie Sheen kind of a drunk. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. Disney ended up moving Binny back to the original spot as members of the club rejoiced. They celebrated. Even buying plane tickets to snap a pic with the bin behind Rose and Crown. That's the pub at Disney Epcot. They flew out to Disney World because they were so excited the bin was back and they wanted to take photographs with a trash can at Disney World. The club has at least 2 subgroups, one for marathon runners and one for singles. so that you can meet your special loser partner who day drinks at Disney World. That's actually great, though, because this is actually perfect. Because you need to have a subgroup like marathon runners. I get it. They all like to run and then have a beer afterwards. Okay, fine. But at Disney, I don't know. How can you run at Disney? There's so many people. It's the worst place on earth. I went a couple of times with my daughter because she begged me. She begged me to go. And I took her, and I took a lot of photographs. I talked about this on a previous podcast. It's probably like hell on earth. You just wait in line for hours and hours and just throw your money to the wind. Just throw it to the wind. And when you come back, you're tired, you're exhausted. You question a lot of things about humanity. You question your sanity. And you cherish the fact that you took so many photographs so you never have to go back there again. Because it's proof. It's like, oh, you don't remember going to Oh, I have thousands of photographs of you and Goofy and Mickey and Minnie and ice cream and teacups and It's a Small World and all the rides. I have 1,000 of them. And we're never going back again. So anyway, the subgroups are for couples who met through the singles. Okay, yeah. Couples who met through the D group and then they're already married. So they meet each other at the D3 group, day drink, and then they get married and have children. And that's what's this is the fall of America. This is where it starts. But you see where this is headed. So I think this is like, if you're really going to be a conspiracy theory person, I would say that this is set up by some sort of oligarch, some sort of nefarious, shape-shifting leader. And they're like, how can we bring down the richest country in the world? I know what we'll do. Let's start a day drinking club at Disney World and let's make them be single and then they marry each other and have offspring. That's the fall of the biggest superpower in the world, is this. It all starts with this. And I think that's the most genius plan. It's so subtle because they're having fun. They're drunk. They're hanging out. They're taking pictures in front of a trash can. They're doing their little Disney thing. They're like, look at us. We're like grown children, but grown drunk children at Disney World with no children. All right, let me finish. I'm getting a little upset. I know. I do this sometimes. I get a little upset, and that's what happens because this shouldn't be a thing. I'm going to check at the end if I'm accepted to this group. It is a different time zone, so it's probably super early there, but they're probably up drinking all night, so they're probably not going to get to me by the end of this podcast, but let's check later. D3 members even have a secret password. Of course they do. Take me to the summit. They published the secret password. It's called Take Me to the Summit, to say to bartenders around Disney World to get access to a secret menu. All right. Calm down, Jennifer. Okay, here's a quote from one of the Disney day drinkers. When I enter the parks, I just feel really good. It brings back all those childhood memories, Cher told the paper. That's really magical as an adult, especially when you introduce a few cocktails. That's right. It's like you're a drunk baby in Disney World. I don't know. Mental illness is real. Reach out to your neighbor. Talk to them. It's okay to be vulnerable. You don't need to join these clubs, but let's read the comments, shall we? Because that's why we're here, isn't it? Isn't it always why we're here? Let's read it. Okay. Antonio Fair. I did this DATW thing once, just once, exclamation point. There's really no reason to do it again since you can get the same stuff elsewhere and for a lot less. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, day drinking at Disney World. Okay. My wife and I have annual passes, $200 a month for both of us. We live only 15 minutes away and go all the time. That's crazy to me. The fact that you pay and you and your wife, okay. PNW Dave says, picture number 4 pretty much sums up us Americans, obese nerdies with an alcohol drinking priority, loitering at an expensive amusement park designed for children and families. Don't cut those pretty legs while shaving them, Skip. So this one is Boss Man says, this is getting ridiculous. Disney World is for families, all caps, families. There's no place for clubs that focus on day drinking around kids. There's no place for it, he says. Yeah, I agree with Boss Man. I think there is a place for it, but Disney World, it's kind of nutty. Irish Gary says, really? With 4 question marks. Epcot has 11 bars. My guess is that you have never been to Epcot. The Food and Wine Festival is a blast. Do a little research. It will help you. Okay. I don't know where he is on that. Is he excited for them, or is he offended that they didn't explore the rest of Disney World? And really now says, I prefer to day drink in Turks and Caicos. Cuts out a ton of trashy people. Ooh, there's some shade for you. And then post censors everything I write, says, according to an extensive internet search I did in the past 5 minutes, an annual pass to Disney World for Florida residents is $439 a year, and beers are $8 to $13. If I want to be a daytime alcoholic, there are much cheaper options. Okay, you guys are taking this completely too literally. I think you should be trashing them more. I think there should be more nasty comments. I've never said that before, but I feel like you're kind of giving them a pass. So I'll just end with this one. And then Steve S. says, nothing is creepier than adults who hang out at Disney. And I got to agree with Steve S. Steve S., I'm with you on that. I think if you're an adult who's hanging out at Disney and you don't have kids, you should be put on a list. We know what list we're talking about too. Okay? A list for people who shouldn't procreate. A list for people who maybe you want to just check in on once in a while. Do you know what I mean? It's the same kind of thing. I remember I like this cruise thing. They all do the cruises. It's the same type of person. They do the cruise. They do the Disney World. These are the people who have like year passes to like Six Flags Great Adventure who don't have children. Or people who have passes to, I don't know, people who go like fast walking in malls and who are under 60 years old. People who join groups like this, they scare the shit out of me. To be honest, they really do scare me. They frighten me. I am fucking scared, terrified of people who join groups, and they're not doing it ironically. They're not doing it ironically. They're doing it for real. And let's see if I was accepted to this Facebook group. Let's see. Let's hope. Yeah, they didn't accept me yet. Anyway, they probably will. But I don't think there is a park called Goofy. They're going to know. Maybe I should take it out and then resubmit. I'll just Google what parks are in Disney so I look legitimate. But yeah, so I just wanted to say one thing about people who join these groups are people that I think they're the lucky ones, to be honest. Let's just boil it down. They're the lucky ones. Why are they lucky, Jen? Because they seem like losers. You said they were losers, but now you're saying they're lucky because they don't even know how dumb they are. Those are the luckiest people in the world, I think. Ignorance is bliss. There it is. It's right there. Ignorance is bliss. They're just they're living their lives. They're taking pictures with trash bins and they're sharing it on the Facebook group that has 86,000 members. And they're showing, remember Johnny? Johnny was posing with the trash bin and he knocked over the beer that time. And then we went to Paris afterwards and had some rosés. Yeah, that's when I really showed my feminine side. Tommy and Johnny and Jimmy and Joey, we all went over there. We went to Paris, we went to Prague, we went to Istanbul. Is Istanbul in Europe? Yes, it is, but we don't know. Because part of it is and part of it isn't. We never understood that because we were drunk. We failed school. We barely graduated. But we're having a fucking time of our lives. Aren't we? We are. We're having the time of our lives. Getting drunk at Disney World. I wonder if they go on the rides. Wouldn't you throw up? Oh my God. That sounds like a prison. you could either, I would rather go to prison actually than go to Disney World. I would spend, okay, you would say, hey, Jen, do you want to go to Disney World and day drink with me? No. I'd rather go to prison for 48 hours than do that. But these people, they love it. I'm jealous. To be honest, I'm jealous of them because they don't know. They're just, they're living their lives getting drunk with trash cans. And they're talking about it on Facebook groups. And then they're going to plan a meetup at a mall later and a cruise ship. And they're going to be on a boat together with thousands of people just like them. Talking about, remember that other time when we went to, I don't know, Norway? Oh, yeah, I was there. No, it was right after we went to, where did we go? What was that tiny little town? Lithuania. We were in Lithuania. And then we went to Prague. And then we went to Estonia. It wasn't Estonia. It was Finland. Same thing. Yeah. And then they laugh. and they don't remember what they did because they're drunk. And maybe they have sex with each other. Probably. But they don't remember. They just remember being happy, trashing the trash can, hanging around a trash can, trashing each other. Yeah, that's my take on it. I don't know. I'm jealous, but I'm also a little bit, I don't know, a little bit scared because these are grown people. Like I said, I think if you're going to go to Epcot, you're going to have a real passport. You're not going to have, you're not allowed to go. I mean, if you're a child, of course, you don't need a passport. But if you're a grown adult, you're not allowed to go to Epcot Center unless you have a real passport. And maybe have gone to at least one country outside of your home country. Then you're allowed to go to Epcot Center. That doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, I went on a cruise once. My husband and I, we were dating back then. We were living in New York. It was so hot. It was one of those heat waves where you're just in front of the aircon, just not sure. Like you're just, it was so soupy and humid and we decided to go on a cruise. Because it was cheap. I went on the internet. I went on Orbitz. And we just took a cab and we got on a cruise to Nova Scotia. Yeah, Halifax. It was the worst trip of my life. That's a whole other story. But I prayed more than I've ever prayed on that cruise. I got bed bugs from that cruise. I wept on that cruise. I was stuck with these kind of day drinkers that I was just talking about. For a whole weekend. In fact, they let you out at Halifax and you go around, you go shop and you get little trinkets and stuff. I said to my husband, I said, can we just rent a car and drive back to New York? I don't want to go back on that boat. And he was like, yeah, I think we should just go on the boat and day drink. So that's what we did. I went and played bingo. I embraced it. It was the worst. It was, and I'm sure there's great cruises out there. Like I have a friend who went to Alaska with her family. They had the whole big fancy watching whales and stuff. And she said it was amazing. But this wasn't that. This was, people were there in Rascals. It's like these little, not wheelchairs, but sort of like, yeah, like mini motorized wheelchairs. But they weren't for people who were immobile. They were just for lazy people. And they would just go up to the buffet, all you can eat, and just pile it on. And, and I do remember, I know I sound like a snob right now. Believe me, I know. But we did go to the gym, and we were the only people in the gym. Me and my husband. Of thousands of people on this cruise ship, we were the only ones. It was kind of cool to run on the treadmill and look at that. That was a good part. But the rest was hell. I kind of blocked it out. Because it was cheap. We I don't know. It was so dirt cheap. It was like $200 or $300 for each of us. So $600 to go on a cruise, all you can eat to Nova Scotia. And we got bed bugs. I got bed bugs. My husband, I don't know why I got them. It's the worst feeling in the world. And I had bites for months after that. It was traumatic. It was hell. I don't suggest you go on a cheap cruise. Go to Alaska. Spend a couple of $1,000s. Save up for it. It was a rash decision made out of just going crazy in New York during a heat wave. And it was a mistake. And And I will never forget that mistake. And I will never go on another cruise again. If you can, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Don't go on a cruise. Anyway, let's see if, I just want to, before I go, I just want to see if they accepted me.